Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my experience doing the 30-day no contact. So for you, those of you who don't know what this is, it is when someone breaks up with you and it's a way to ensure that you get back together. So usually this is like advice I'm sure you've seen people doing on YouTube where they say like, if you just don't contact the person after they break up with you for 30 days, then for sure they're going to contact you and they're going to want to get back together. So I know that when you're going through a breakup, that's a really hard thing to do, not to contact somebody ever again. Not ever again, but for 30 days. So I know it's really, really hard, but I try to do it. So essentially, me and this guy were dating for a while, and we got into a fight, and he was always saying that he wanted to break up all the time. Every time we would get into a little fight, he'd want to break up. And so we get into a fight over nothing, and he was like, I want to break up. And then the fight like exploded. I got all my stuff, I had to leave. And I had heard of the no contact rule, and like the thing that's important about the no contact rule is even if you don't end up getting back together, it's better for you because during the 30 days where you don't contact this person, you really focus on yourself, and either at the end of the 30 days you're going to be completely over it. I mean, maybe not completely over it, but you're going to be in a better spot, or you're going to be back together, they're going to contact you. So either way, this is a really good thing for you right now. So I decided that I was going to focus on myself for the next 30 days. I was not going to contact, and I was going to enrich my life. I went on hikes. I saw old friends I haven't seen in a long time. I started taking piano lessons, just really focusing on myself and not trying to focus on fixing this relationship after this guy broke up with me, even though that is like what you want to do. You're like, I need to contact this person. I need to fix this right now. Because in your head, you're like, they're going to forget about me. They're going to find somebody else. Don't be thinking that, because they're not. The reason that you guys are together is because there was something special about what you guys have. And sometimes when you're around somebody for a long period of time, it's easy to take that person for granted. And you really want things you don't have. That's like human nature, is that we always want things we don't have. So if you have somebody, you want to be single. If you don't have somebody, you want that person, you know? So it gives them time to really think about what they had. And they're in their head, they're going to be like, well, why aren't they contacting me? Like, they're supposed to be really freaking out and begging for me back, right? And meanwhile, you're focusing on yourself, and you're going to be more complete. So either way, when the relationship gets back together, or if it doesn't, you're going to be more complete of a person. So I got like a couple of days into this. Probably like 3 days. No, wait. Oh, I forgot about this. Immediately, okay, so I really was begging him, like, I didn't want to break up. I didn't want to break up. It was actually pathetic. Made me look really stupid. So even if you looked bad and you've been pathetic, don't worry. It'll be okay. Because I did the same thing. I was like, please don't go. Okay, so don't worry. No matter how pathetic you were, believe me, I was more pathetic. So I thought, there's no way he's gonna want to get back together after I behaved like this. And that night, after I left, I had decided in my head, I was like, I'm done with this. And that was it. So I left. And that night, I'm sure he was sitting by himself and being like, why isn't she contacting me? Why isn't she trying to get back together? I had just gone on my own way, did my own thing, went on a hike, and he had texted me, and he was like, I'm sorry that I hurt you. Which is not like, I want to get back together. It's basically fishing and being like, are you gonna respond? Because I see that you haven't been chasing me. So if I had responded to that text, it would have given him what he wanted, and he could have continued with us not being together, because he would have gotten his fix of, oh, I could still contact her, I could still get a response from her if I wanted. So it's really important that even if the person contacts you, that you do not respond. Because like that, throwing that out there was just a way to see if I would still be interested and he could still do whatever he wanted to do. So that was bait, and I didn't take it. Okay. So yeah, so I knew it was working. So when somebody texts you like that, even if it's not the response you wanted, even if it's a mean response, even if they're like, I hate you, I'm never going to talk to you again, blah, blah, blah. If they're texting you, it's because they care. So even if it's a mean message, that's still a good sign. Still don't respond. Okay. This is the most important thing. You don't respond. Okay, so then I didn't respond to that. Then like 2 days later, and it was so hard, believe me. I was up all night doing an ugly cry. Like, I was so sad. But you can't message them. You gotta stay strong. Hang out with your friends. Go on dating apps. Do whatever you have to do. Fill the time, okay? And go get some other dick. I don't know. Anyway, so this is what happened next. So then like 3 days later, he's like, hey, can we talk? And I still don't respond because no, I begged you for us to stay together and you didn't want to. So why should I just respond so quickly? So I still didn't respond. Then a couple of days later, he's like, hey, I think I know how we can fix our relationship. See, now we're getting closer to what I want, which is to get back together and for you to try and stop breaking up with me all the time. So then I still didn't respond to that. So you don't want to not respond so much that they give up, but you do want to let them know that you are living your life without them. So then he messages me again. He's like, can we talk? Which is something that I would respond to. But I was at work. And my phone accidentally called him. I'm a waitress. And it was in my apron and it accidentally called him. So there goes my not responding strategy because it looks like I just freaking called him. So that kind of threw a fly in my plan. But he did want to talk, which is something I can respond to. So we talked and we ended up making up and we ended up getting back together. And everything was completely different. And he was acting a lot like better. Like he actually wanted to try in the relationship. And I think before, I think it was just like he thought maybe I didn't have my own life or whatever. And then I showed him like, no, I can be on my own. And I actually did learn a lot about myself during that time. I actually did grow as a person, and I actually was prepared to let go and just move on with my life. And at first I wasn't, but through not contacting him and focusing on myself, I actually learned a lot about myself, and I actually was like, oh, I could be without him. And I think that's the most important part about the no contact, is that you need to get to know yourself again. He will text you. Don't respond to texts that are just like, oh, I'm sorry I hurt you, blah, blah, blah. Until he wants to talk and fix things, don't respond. He's not going to find another girl. There aren't just like girls like, oh, I want some random dick right now. No, guys have to work for that kind of thing. It doesn't come easily. You are in a better spot because it's going to come easily for you because you're a lady. Or even if you're a guy, still do no contact. I can't really speak for men because I'm not a man. anymore. I'm just kidding. I can't really speak for men because I don't know how that works, but for women, the no contact is the best thing you can do. Because in a man's mind, he knows that you could just get somebody else. I mean, it's not like there's a shortage of dick everywhere. You can't open your fridge without there being dick flying out, okay? You'll be fine. And he's going to be worried because you're not contacting him. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this story. I'm going to be doing more of these, of course. You can follow me at Edie Gibson Comedy on Instagram and Twitter. And I'll see you later.